Good afternoon. This is Mike English with the Missouri Council on Economic Education. Today's webinar is for teachers that are going to participate in the Entrepreneurship Challenge. By now you may have signed up your class and a list of teams. And just to be clear, at this point, you're not actually registering students. You're registering yourself as a teacher and listing the number of teams you think will want to participate. But once the online round starts, we're going to need you to register your teams and ask them to upload their business plan to the website. And so today in this webinar, I'm going to show you how that works. And just so you know, every teacher that signs up for this competition, we will send you an email with detailed instructions on how and when to register teams and have your students upload their documents. But for now, let me pull up the website and show you a few things. Okay, so here is the Missouri Entrepreneurship Challenge website. And for now, what we have on here is really for you teachers. And so you can come on here and see how to register for webinars and see some different resources, see the scoring guide here. But really this is not yet active for the actual competition. And as you see over here, it says online round. And that doesn't start till October 8th. And so if a student tries to upload a business plan now, you just wouldn't be able to do it. But I wanted to give you a preview of what it looks like so you can kind of prepare on how best to register your students. There's one part that's a little tricky, and that's the very first part, and that is how to create an account for your students. So what I'd like to do is put out this offer. If you would like us to create the account for all of your students, and what that means is create a username and password for each team. And remember, each team has 5 students, and so this would be for the captain of the team. Let me know, and to do that, email me at englishmi@umkc.edu and just tell me, Mike, can you create all of the accounts for my teams? And I'd be happy to do that. And I'm going to show you right now why that might be a good idea. So when you go to this website, I'm not logged in as anybody, and this is what you would see and what the students would see. The first thing you would need to do is to log in or register a team. And let me just close this and open it up again. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is actually log out. Log in to register. So if I haven't registered yet, I'm going to need to create a new user account. And so in theory, what you could do is say you have 10 teams, say you have 50 students that are going to participate, and each of those 10 teams has a captain. That student could go in and create an account. And to do that, it's pretty simple. Basically, the student would provide an email address, a password, and again, this is for the team captain, so contact information, really just the required fields. Those are these asterisks. Down here, this is something that iStart, and iStart is something that the Kauffman Foundation started a website to manage business plan competitions, and they kind of require you to go through this, and so the students might be a little confused, but this isn't required information. Well, it is up. The first one is here. What is your role? And so they would click student, and then I would suggest maybe they uncheck that, and they go in and they accept some terms and conditions. Fill in this these letters here, and then save, and then they will have an account, and their account will be active. And so that's how a student could register. And as you can see, it's maybe a little bit tricky. And so again, if you would like us to just go through and create profiles for each of your team captains, let me know, and we can do that. And we'll put that offer out in the email when we start the competition. But for now, let's just assume that I am a team captain and I have already created my account. Here's my email address and put in my password, and I log in. And so I get to my own kind of profile here. And so if I'm a person who's using this site a lot of times, entering a lot of competitions, that I would see a bunch of different business ideas that I've submitted. And so that's what this page is. And so this is the dashboard. And so I just went in and created a fake. As you can see, I very lazily created this Team 1, and just to test it out, put in some information. But the students, when they enter, they really won't have anything on here except their kind of their information. And so they'll go to the home page, and they will see this competition. And so at this point, they are going. This will update application. This would be for the online round here, and so this will be active at that point when they go in, when the competition starts. And so when they click on it, they will see something different that I can't show you right now because the competition hasn't started. So what I'm going to do is actually log out and log back in as the administrator so I can give you a preview of this. So, okay. So this is what the students will actually see when they're ready to submit their business plan. So I log in here, I'm the team captain, and so it automatically generates this business abstract, and so that's because this iStar, they want to have a abstract for every business idea that's submitted to kind of keep in their database. And so what the students can do is click on the edit abstract and put in a brief abstract of their business idea and maybe a logo. And so this isn't live quite yet, but that will be. And then the real meat of this application, and I call it an application, it's really just a submission website, will be for them to enter this information about their team, and there are 5 questions about their team. What's your teacher's names? This is so that we can match the students with you. The list of the members of the team. Hopefully this information will also be on their business plan, but we'd like to have it here as well. What is your school's name? What is your school's zip code? The reason we ask for that is because during the online round we have 4 regions, and so depending on where your school is, the students would be in a region. So if, for example, your school is in St. Joe, Missouri, you would be in the northwest region, and so during that online round you'd be competing against other schools in that region. And then what is the name of your team? And then here is where they actually submit the business plan. And so I'm going to show you how that works. I created, this is actually a fictitious business plan that I created myself, and it is something that, maybe this is what your students are doing in your class. So they've written up a business plan. It might not be as lengthy as this, but these are the different sections they have. And so they're all done, and they've saved it, and it can be a Word document or a PDF document. So you're ready to submit it. You go and you find it on your computer. And for me, I had saved it on my desktop, and so it is right here. And then you submit any supporting files, and this is optional. Some students might want to include supporting documents or maybe a couple of PowerPoint slides. Completely optional, but we wanted we wanted to give them that option if that was something they were planning to do. They might even have, they might even have bios of the team members that they wanted to include as sort of an appendix. So that's the type of thing that they would put in here. But just note that there's only the option to add one file. So if they have multiple different files, they would just need to combine them, maybe in a PDF, and upload them here. So I just, for example, maybe I'm going to add some PowerPoint slides, so I put those in. And then finally, if the student wants to, if the team wants to include a video, again, this is optional, but the reason we put this option is in here is because the students might feel that they've communicated their business idea very well on paper, but they just would feel more comfortable if they could just explain it verbally. And so we give this option where they can create a short video and then provide the URL. And I think the students will know how to do this, but let me just show you how this would work. So I'm going to go to a place where I know I can get a video. This is the Missouri Council on Economics Education homepage, and we have a video here. And so let's just say hypothetically that this is a video that a team had created to explain their business, and they uploaded it to YouTube, and they can get the link right here. And again, the students will probably know how to do this. And then they come back here, put that in, and as you can even check it to see, to make sure it worked, and that did. And then they're done. So then they click update the application, and then they would be they would have formally submitted their application. So that is how it will work, and I'll return to the home page here. So in 6 days, we will open up, we will, or actually in, I guess it's about a week and a half now, we will open up the competition. We'll be emailing you next week, so the week of October, we'll probably send it out October 3rd, around there, with just a reminder and just kind of lay out the timeline for it all. But once it's opened to accept applications from October 8th through October 19th, they can submit it any day. And they really wouldn't be able to submit it anyway before that, because on October 8th, that's when we will send out the scenario. And we will post that on this website as well. Really, actually, what we'll do is we'll post the scenario right here on this website, and email a link to all of you teachers, so that that day on the 8th you can come into class and tell the students what the scenario is, and they can start working, and they have 2 weeks, and so by the 19th. And so then here is when the judging will start. So the judging, we have about 15 judges or so who will use this web portal, and that's really why we're using this website, is because it's a very good way for judges to review plans. They will do that week, and so by November 1st, by Halloween, we will notify you of which teams are invited to the state final, which takes place on November 13th. So thanks for tuning into this webinar, and please don't hesitate to email me with any questions, englishmi@umkc.edu. Now, this might seem a little bit cumbersome, but it's going to really help sort of streamline the whole competition, particularly the judging phase, so that phase can be done much more quickly. So thanks for tuning in, and again, we will be in touch with this written out in kind of an email, but we've posted this video on this website as well, so that you can watch it and maybe get a refresher and actually see what the process looks like.